George Farkas, age 2, Auschwitz. Yolan Israel, age 9, Auschwitz. Gavriel Burstein, age 3, Treblinka. Elena Todovich, age 7, Novel. Wonyak Bogominsky, age 5, Treblinka. Alexander Friedman, age 6, Auschwitz. Jeremiah Gluck, age 9, Auschwitz.
Today is Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day of sacred remembrance observed by Jewish communities around the world. Today, thousands of young people took part in the March of the Living, from Auschwitz to Birkenau, the largest Jewish graveyard in the world, in honor of the 6 million Jews and millions of other innocent victims murdered in the Shoah in Europe.
שריפה, אחים, שריפה, עיירתנו בוערה כולה. ברוחות שחות יישאו, להבות חורבן ניבאו, עקבותיה לא נודעו, היא עולה באש. Where was the world? Where were the people when it all occurred? They walked away with hands in pockets. No one really cared.
יקיריי, יש מצעדים שמודדים אותם לפי אורך הדרך. יש מצעדים שמודדים אותם לפי משך הזמן. אתם יוצאים למצעד שאין דוגמתו. זה מצעד בין השפל התהומי ביותר לבין הפסגה הנשגבת ביותר. תצעדו ברגליכם ולרגליכם, ילך איתכם כל העם. תרכינו ראש לזכרם, תרימו ראש למראה ישראל. זה מצעד שאין דומה לו לשום עם ולשום מצב. צאתכם בשלום, שובכם בשלום. אנחנו נוסיף לזכור את הכאב ונוסיף לבנות מדינה שלא איבדה את תקוותה לתקן את העולם כולו. היו ברוכים.
Today, according to the Hebrew date, the 28th of Nisan, is my birthday. But today, in the 28th of Nisan, that time was April 11, the American troops, led by General Patton, broke in the gates of Buchenwald and have liberated us after 6 years of horror in the dark tunnel. They opened the window to freedom, to life. And this is our birthday. Today, exactly today, 28th of Nisan, we are 68 years old. Few days later, the German people from Weimar, a city 10 minutes walk from Buchenwald, who said that they didn't know. They didn't listen. They didn't see the trains. They didn't see the ashes. They didn't see the fogs. They didn't see the smoke of the crematoria. From 1936 till 1945, they didn't see. 10 minutes walk from the gate of Buchenwald to the city of Weimar. They were invited into Buchenwald by the American authorities to show them the horrors, what happened here in the concentration camp. I was so lucky to be a very small child that time that an American officer lifted me up in his command car, in the eyes of all the Weimar people there, lifted me up in air and said, "Look at this child. He have endangered Germany. He have threatened you, Deutschland. Against whom did you declare the war? Against children of this age and this size? And this is now. A shame on you."
My father and Hugo were together. They get grabbed and thrown out onto the platform.
And they were ordered to take their belongings, to drop it at the station there. Everybody did, and he didn't.
Hugo held on to his bag, and an SS guard grabbed it from him and threw it on the pile.
When the guard turned around, my father picked it up and brought it back.
There were all these people who were looking up to him, and they were warning him. And my father also said to him, "Don't do it, just leave it. Just leave the bag, just leave it." And my father told me that Hugo said, "I'm not going anywhere without my prayer shawl and my tefillin." And then he knew. He had to have known, what the outcome would be.
I never realized that he had the strength, the spiritual strength, to take on the brutal guards here in Birkenau. No matter how hard they hit him, he protected the sanctity of his tallis and tefillin. They could break his body, but they could not break his spirit. The tallit and the tefillin were part of him, part of his relationship with God, and he was ready to die for them. And he did.
Solo kokosh ma moin meg virod ma zeder döben shik mezeben sheitaled modar zeder döben shik mezeben sheitaled modar.
What can I say or do to make things change? Time has a way of passing by so fast, and like a fleeting shadow, no one will recall the faces of the past. What will become of all the memories? Are they to scatter with the dust in the breeze? But one thought gives me comfort.
את אור היום הסתירו שמי העננה, זה יום נחשפנו לא עוד יעל ויבוא, ומצעדינו עוד יראים אנחנו פה. זה יום נחשפנו לא עוד יעל ויבוא, ומצעדינו עוד יראים אנחנו פה. מארץ התמר עד ירכתי כפורים.
But the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising was just part of the fabric of Jewish resistance.
We know today of 63 places where there were resistance groups. We know of roughly 20,000 Jews who fought in the forests. So this is not an isolated case, you see. Wherever they had the opportunity, and in some places where they didn't have the opportunity, they fought.
To live with honor and die with honor, it was their message to us all. They gave their lives for our freedom. Through pain and agony, fought for humanity. We'll keep their memory.
הבט נא השמיימה וספור הכוכבים. אם תוכל לספור אותם, כה יהיה זרעך. בראשית תולדות עם ישראל מסופר שאלוהים הבטיח לאברהם אבינו. הדרך תהיה קשה. המסע יהיה רצוף אויבים וסכנות. אך בסופו של דבר תצלחו את המכשולים וידכם תהיה על העליונה. הצעד הראשון שעשה אברהם אבינו לאחר הברית הזו, כשבליבו ההבטחה, היה הצעד הראשון במצעד החיים. הצעד הראשון במצעד חייו של העם היהודי. במקום שבו אנו עומדים היום, לפני רגע קצר במושגי חייה של אומה, נשאו בני העם הזה את מבטם השמיימה אל אותם השמיים שבהם הביט אברהם. יחפים בכפור ובשלג, בשעתה האפלה ביותר של האנושות, לא הצליחו למנות את הכוכבים דרך עשן המשרפות. באותה שעה נדמה היה להם שמצעד המוות הוא סופו של המסע, שכל המאורות קבעו. תהא דרכנו הממשיכים לצעוד לאור זכרם, צעד אמיץ נוסף ומחייב במצעד החיים.
Torches will now be lit in memory of the victims of the Holocaust and in honor of those who resisted Nazi tyranny during these dark times. I would like to call by name the torchlighters, and at the time of my calling their names, the theme from Schindler's List will be played. The Mayor of Saloniki, Greece, Mr. Yanis Boutaris, the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Hastai Kapon, Mrs. Tami Hausner-Rave, Mr. Michael Miki Gilad, David, Peter, and Stephen Lowy. Ambassador Ronald Lauder, Phyllis Greenberg Heidemann, Vladimir Slutsker, and Asher Ud.
I look out, I see a sea of young people. You are our hope. You are our future. I lit the fire for the 1.5 million young people who perished. We'll never know what great things they could have done. But you can do great things. You are our future. Let the memory of 1.5 million be your mantle of power for the future. Am Israel Chai.
We will now recite the Kaddish for the 6 million innocent victims that do not have anybody to say the Kaddish after them, and for all our families that we lost, too numerous to count. Iskadal ve'iskadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach kirutei ve'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Israel ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru Amen.
Trace the pattern of my tears. He asked me, Grandpa, tell me, why do you cry? What is it that you feel? Oh, I tell him once there was another child who smelled this sweet and felt this warm. But he was taken from come before my eyes, and only I remain to mourn. What will become of all the memories? Are they to scatter with the dust and the breeze? Who will stand before the world, wishes to deny?